If you were good enough, maybe Tony would still be alive.
These are the top 25 legendary Marvel villain scenes in movies.
Are those the
Edith glasses, yeah.
they were just on the floor? Try them on. Let's see how they look on you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Kicking off our list is the moment we all realised we'd been totally played. Peter Parker thought he was sharing a quiet drink with a new mentor figure, but Quentin Beck had other plans.
You try them on.
No, come on.
Try them on.
I don't want to try them on.
Once Peter hands over the incredibly dangerous Edith glasses, the rundown European bar instantly transforms into a high-tech staging area.
See, that wasn't so hard.
Mysterio drops the heroic act completely, revealing that his entire backstory was nothing but a spectacularly well-funded lie. Jake Gyllenhaal completely chews the scenery here, celebrating his victory with his disgruntled crew of former Stark employees. It's a brilliant twist that proves you don't need super strength to completely wreck a hero. You just need a really good projector and a ton of spite.
For the next Tony Stark, I trust you.
What?
Mr. Stark left me a message with those glasses. For the next Tony Stark, I trust you.
Everyone knew the goddess of death was going to be trouble, but nobody expected her to be this overpowered. Thor and Loki finally meet their long-lost sister in Norway. Thor naturally tries to solve the problem by throwing his favourite magic hammer at her head. In a moment that left theatres absolutely speechless, Hela simply catches Mjolnir with one hand. She holds it there like it's a cheap plastic toy before crushing it into tiny little pieces. It completely shattered everything we thought we knew about the power scaling in the Marvel Universe. Cate Blanchett delivers the scene with such a terrifying, effortless swagger that you almost want to root for her. Sorry Thor, but your favourite toy is officially broken.
Kneel.
Beg your pardon.
Kneel.
Arrogance is a common trait amongst supervillains, but Johann Schmidt really takes the cake. During the climax of the first Captain America film,
No matter what lies has been told you, you see, I was his greatest success.
the Red Skull decides he's completely above human limitations. When his battle with Steve Rogers damages the Tesseract containment unit, Schmidt decides to pick the glowing blue cube up with his bare hands. Now this turns out to be a monumentally bad idea. The Space Stone doesn't play by earthly rules, and it proceeds to burn him up and shoot him straight into the cosmos. It's a visually stunning sequence that brilliantly establishes how dangerous the Infinity Stones truly are. Plus, it's incredibly satisfying to see a literal Nazi get sent into a cosmic timeout.
I am prepared.
We all think that at first. We are all wrong.
What are you gonna do, Pete?
What?
When you graduate, what do you think you're gonna do?
Oh, I don't know.
Don't grill him, Dad.
Sometimes the most terrifying villain scenes don't involve explosions or fancy CGI. They just involve a really awkward car ride with your dad's date. When Peter Parker knocks on Liz's door for the homecoming dance, the last person he expects to see is Adrian Toomes. Michael Keaton is absolutely chilling.
Sir, you don't have to drive us.
Nah, it's not a big deal. I'm going out of town, it's right on my way.
As he slowly pieces together that his daughter's awkward high school boyfriend is actually the neighborhood superhero.
Boring.
It was boring. You got to hang out with Spider-Man.
Really? Spider-Man? What?
Who's been ruining his business. The tension inside that car is thick enough to cut with a batarang. Toomes delivers a quiet, threatening monologue lit only by the eerie green glow of a traffic light. It's grounded, scary, and easily one of the best plot twists in comic book movie history.
Were you scared? I bet you're glad when your old pal Spider-Man showed up in the elevator, though.
I said.
Before he became the charming anti-hero that we all know and love, Loki was a downright menace trying to conquer the planet. He makes his grand entrance in Stuttgart, Germany, violently crashing a fancy gala to steal an eyeball. But the real iconic moment happens right outside. Loki creates multiple illusions of himself surrounding a terrifying crowd of civilians and demanding their total submission. Tom Hiddleston delivers an absolutely commanding monologue about humanity's craving for subjugation. It's a chilling reminder of his divine superiority complex, isn't it? Of course, this grand villainous speech gets wonderfully interrupted by an elderly man who refuses to bow.
Not to men like you.
There are no men like me.
Proving that bullies never truly win. Still, as far as villainous declarations go, this one is pure theatrical perfection.
The soldier. The man out of time.
The introduction to Shang-Chi gives us a villain who feels more like a tragic mythological figure than a standard bad guy. We see Shu Wenwu commanding the legendary 10 Rings throughout centuries, easily destroying entire armies and toppling governments. The opening sequence shows him riding into a village,
还有人说是墓穴里盗来的。
absolutely obliterating anyone who stands in his way. Tony Leung brings incredible gravitas to this role. The visual effects of the rings glowing blue as they smash through shields and shatter stone are simply breathtaking. It perfectly establishes his immense power and the sheer weight of his immortal legacy. He's not just a warlord, he's a force of nature that shaped human history from the shadows for 1,000 years.
不论这个故事如何演变，它的主人公永远 都是同一个人。
No. How could you be worthy?
You have to hand it to Tony Stark, because when he messes up, he really goes all out. The Avengers are busy enjoying a victory partying and arguing over who can lift Thor's hammer.
Okay.
Never one to shrink from an honest challenge. Get after it.
When a mangled, terrifying, creepy Iron Legion drone limps into the room. It is Ultron, freshly born and already deciding that humanity needs to be eradicated. James Spader provides the haunting voice work, making the broken robot sound like a philosophical serial killer.
Noise. And I was tangled in strings.
Ultron casually drops a line about being tangled in strings before commanding his robot army to attack the stunned heroes. It's a dark, creepy and brilliant introduction that immediately establishes him as a highly intelligent threat who knows all of their deepest secrets.
Do you see the beauty of it? The inevitability. You rise, only to fall.
Coward. We have a new world to conquer. You make me sick.
Leave me alone, please.
Hiding in the shadows.
William Dafoe returning as Norman Osborn was a cinematic dream come true. In a desperate attempt to seek help in a strange new universe, a terrified Norman smashes his iconic Green Goblin mask in an alleyway. This act of defiance seems like a step towards redemption, but the Goblin persona isn't so easily defeated. The real chills come later when the Goblin fully resurfaces inside Happy Hogan's condo. The transition from confused scientist to cackling psychopath is completely seamless.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Proving Dafoe hasn't lost a single step since 2002. He completely hijacks the movie's plot, proving that you don't need alien technology to be terrifying when you have pure, unadulterated madness coursing through your veins. The Winter Soldier operates like a horror movie monster crossed with a Terminator. We hear whispers about this legendary ghost assassin, but we finally see him in broad daylight during the highway ambush. He yanks Jasper Sitwell right out of a moving vehicle before blowing up Captain America's car with a magnetic explosive. What follows is a masterful sequence of hand-to-hand combat and pure tactical warfare. The Winter Soldier catches Captain America's shield with his metal arm, a moment that had audiences losing their minds in the theatre. He's silent, relentless, and completely unstoppable. This scene redefined action choreography in superhero movies, showing us a gritty, realistic villain who could go toe-to-toe with a super soldier.
can I help you?
I'm just checking out these artifacts. They tell me you're the expert.
You could say that.
A great villain doesn't just punch the hero, but they actively challenge the hero's worldview. Eric Killmonger makes an unforgettable debut in a London museum, posing as an ordinary patron checking out African artifacts.
Also from Benin, 7th century. Fula tribe, I believe.
Nah.
He calmly corrects the smug museum director about the true origin of the vibranium tools before revealing he's already poisoned her coffee. It's smooth, calculated, and incredibly ruthless. Michael B. Jordan completely commands the room, blending deep historical grievances with high-tech thievery. He steals the vibranium weapon with absolute ease while leaving a lasting impression.
You can go, but just don't tell anyone, all right?
This scene brilliantly sets up Killmonger as an antagonist who uses intellect and righteous anger just as effectively as he uses his muscles and advanced weaponry.
Get down! It's unbreachable.
Yeah, I got that. Plan B.
Tony Stark thought he was safe pouring himself a drink in his own penthouse, but the God of Mischief had other plans. Loki struts into Stark Tower with the confidence of a man who already owns the place.
Actually, I'm planning to threaten you.
You should have left your armor on for that.
What makes this scene so fantastic is the battle of wits between the two massive egos. Stark tries to delay the invasion by listing off the Avengers like a protective older brother threatening a bully. Loki simply responds with pure arrogance, famously declaring that he has an army. Of course, his dramatic mind control trick on Tony hilariously fails because of the arc reactor.
Jarvis, any turn now. You will all fall before me.
Resulting in Loki throwing Stark out of a window. It's peak comic book camp mixed with genuine stakes. Spider-Man's always been about making difficult choices, and the Green Goblin made sure Peter Parker had to make the ultimate one. Hovering above the Queensboro Bridge, Norman Osborn holds Mary Jane in one hand and a cable car full of screaming children in the other. He drops them both, forcing our friendly neighborhood hero to decide who gets to live and who dies. It's a sadistic, cruel test that perfectly encapsulates the Goblin's twisted psychology. He wants to break Peter's spirit just as much as his body. Watching Spider-Man push himself to the absolute limit to save everyone is inspiring, but it's the Goblin's gleeful cruelty that makes this high-altitude hostage situation legendary cinematic history. Sam Raimi got his start directing horror movies, and he brought all of those terrifying sensibilities into this iconic sequence. After the tragic accident that fuses the mechanical arm to his spine, Otto Octavius wakes up on an operating table surrounded by surgeons. The sentient metallic tentacles then completely take over, slaughtering the entire medical team in a scene straight out of a nightmare. The camera work is frantic, capturing shadows, screaming nurses, and the terrifying sounds of scraping metal. We never even see Doc Ock actively attacking, which makes the whole massacre feel incredibly sinister. It's a masterclass in building tension and solidifies the mechanical arms as a monstrous, independent threat that's completely hijacked a good man's mind.
Stone had better be up there. For your sister's sake.
Up until this point, we thought Thanos was just a giant purple space bully who only cared about collecting shiny rocks. But Vormir changes everything.
The stone demands a sacrifice.
Of what?
When the Red Skull reveals that acquiring the Soul Stone requires the sacrifice of a loved one, Gamora laughs, believing Thanos is incapable of love. But the tears in his eyes prove otherwise, don't they? The Mad Titan genuinely loves his adopted daughter, but his twisted comic crusade matters more to him.
I ignored my destiny once.
So throwing Gamora off the cliff is a gut-wrenching moment that completely shifts the tone of the entire film, because it actually proves that Thanos isn't just a one-dimensional monster, but a deeply disturbed fanatic who's willing to pay any price to achieve his goals.
I'm sorry, little one.
What's happening?
Just when you thought the multiverse crossover was going to be a fun, nostalgic romp, the Green Goblin decides to completely shatter the piece. The fight inside Happy Hogan's apartment is absolutely brutal and visceral. William Dafoe takes punch after punch from a furious Tom Holland, and he just keeps smiling that terrifying, blood-soaked grin. He even gets slammed through multiple floors of the building without breaking a sweat. It's a terrifying display of his human durability and complete lack of sanity. The Goblin doesn't just want to beat Peter physically, he wants to destroy his morality.
Peter, Peter, Peter. No good deed goes unpunished. You can thank me later.
This brutal beatdown perfectly sets the stage for the tragic consequences that follow, reminding everyone why Osborn is Spider-Man's ultimate nemesis.
I don't care that you brought Claw. Only reason I don't kill you where you stand is because I know who you are.
Family reunions are usually awkward, aren't they? But this one involves a fight for the fate of an entire hidden nation.
Now what do you want?
I want the throne.
Hey, you, the tuna.
Eric Killmonger finally arrives in Wakanda and reveals his true royal lineage to the tribal council.
I took life from my own brothers and sisters right here on this continent. And all this death.
He strips off his shirt to reveal a body covered in sacrification marks, with each scar representing a life he's taken.
Let the challenge begin.
He formally challenges T'Challa for the throne in a ritual combat ceremony by the waterfall. The sheer intensity Michael B. Jordan brings to this scene is basically off the charts. He fights with pure, unadulterated rage, overpowering the Black Panther and tossing him over the edge of the waterfall. It's a shocking defeat that completely flips the hierarchy of the Wakandan kingdom upside down.
Nah, I'm your king.
No, we have to go now. Queen Mother, let's go!
Fans cheered when characters like John Krasinski's Mr. Fantastic and Patrick Stewart's Professor X showed up on screen. But those cheers quickly turned to gasps when the Scarlet Witch arrived.
Ultron commands you to halt. Ultron on command.
Possessed by the Darkhold, Wanda effortlessly slaughters the most powerful heroes of Earth 838.
I have children of my own. I understand your pain.
Is their mother still alive?
Yes.
Good.
She turns Mr. Fantastic into human spaghetti, pops Black Bolt's brain by removing his mouth, and cuts Captain Carter in half with her own shield. It's easily one of the most violent and shocking sequences ever put into a Marvel movie.
Haven't you had enough? I could do this all day.
Wanda proves that magic beats science, mutant telepathy, and cosmic energy every single time. It firmly established her as an unstoppable horror villain that no group of superheroes could easily defeat.
And for another, we have a Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk has always been the ultimate trump card for the Avengers. When Loki smugly declares they have a Hulk, we all expected the Green Giant to absolutely smash the Mad Titan. Instead, we witnessed the most humiliating beatdown in cinematic history. Thanos doesn't even use the Power Stone, he just uses pure boxing skill and raw physical strength to dismantle the Hulk with clinical precision. It's completely terrifying to watch the strongest Avenger get tossed around like a rag doll before being knocked completely unconscious. This opening scene instantly establishes the stakes for the rest of the film. If Thanos can beat the Hulk in a fist fight without breaking a sweat, the rest of the universe is doomed.
The universe lies within your grasp.
Say what you will about the third X-Men film, but it definitely delivered some absolutely incredible spectacles.
Worthington Labs. It ends where it began. Are you sure the boy's still inside?
Magneto needs to transport his mutant army to Alcatraz Island to destroy the mutant cure facility. Since they don't have any boats, the Master of Magnetism decides to improvise. Ian McKellen stands at the edge of the water and uses his immense powers to literally rip the Golden Gate Bridge off its foundation. He floats the massive steel structure through the air and drops it right onto the island. It's an awe-inspiring display of mutant capability that makes you wonder why the government even tries to fight him. When Magneto wants to make an entrance, he brings the infrastructure with him.
I didn't come here to fight you. Smart boy. I'm not leaving here without her.
Yes, you are.
The God of Mischief has cheated death countless times, but his luck finally runs out aboard the ruined Asgardian ship.
Almighty Thanos, I, Loki, Prince of Asgard.
In a desperate attempt to save his brother, Loki offers his services as a guide to Thanos. He tries to use his silver tongue one last time, hiding a dagger and aiming for the Titan's throat. But Thanos is far too quick, isn't he? Catching Loki's hand and choking the life out of him.
No resurrections this time.
Hearing Thanos declare there'll be no resurrections this time feels incredibly final. Watching a beloved character die so helplessly in the very first scene is utterly heartbreaking. It proves that clever tricks and illusions are completely useless against the inevitable, raw power of the Mad Titan. After a grueling battle against the Black Order, the surviving Avengers in Wakanda finally get a moment to breathe. Then, the air grows cold and the space portals open.
Titan was like most planets. Too many mouths, not enough to go around.
Thanos steps out onto the battlefield with 5 Infinity Stones glowing in his gauntlet. The sheer aura of dread that accompanies his arrival is phenomenal. The heroes charge at him one by one, and he swats them away like pesky little insects. He crushes War Machine, buries Banner in solid rock, and easily brushes off Captain America's maximum effort. The musical score swells as he marches towards Vision, feeling completely unstoppable. It's a masterclass in building tension, showing the desperate futility of fighting a villain who's practically become a god. This is the moment that left theatres in absolute pin-drop silence. Despite Thor burying his new magic axe directly into his chest, Thanos manages to raise his hand and snap his fingers. A blinding flash of light covers the screen, and the unthinkable has actually happened. The villain wins.
What'd you do?
We watch in sheer horror as beloved heroes like Black Panther, Spider-Man, and Groot slowly turn into dust and blow away in the wind.
There was no other way.
The quiet, confusing terror of the remaining heroes perfectly mirrors the audience's reaction. Thanos escapes to a beautiful farm, sitting down to watch the sunrise on a grateful universe. It remains the boldest and most shocking cliffhanger in modern blockbuster history, cementing Thanos as a cinema legend.
What did it cost?
Everything.
Superhero movies usually end with large CGI spectacles, but this finale gets down in the dirt. After saving Mary Jane and the children, Spider-Man's dragged into an abandoned brick building by the Green Goblin. What follows is a shockingly vicious and bloody brawl. The Goblin relentlessly pummels Peter, delivering a terrifying monologue.
Had you not been so selfish, your little girlfriend's death would have been quick and painless.
About how he's going to make Mary Jane suffer. The sheer brutality of the violence is startling for a comic book movie. We see Peter pushed to his absolute breaking point before finding the inner strength to put a brick wall down on the Goblin. It's a deeply personal, incredibly intense fistfight that beautifully concludes the legendary rivalry between Norman Osborn and Peter Parker.
It's me!
Stark.
You know me?
I do. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
The battle on Titan gives us the ultimate showdown between the architect of the Avengers and the cosmic threat he always feared. Tony Stark throws absolutely everything he has at Thanos. He drops giant pillars on him, uses advanced nanotech weapons, and even manages to draw a single drop of blood. But it's not nearly enough, is it? Thanos counters with devastating force, tearing apart the Iron Man armor piece by piece before stabbing Tony through the abdomen. It's a hauntingly quiet moment as the Man-Titan rests his hand on Stark's head, telling him he hopes they remember him. Seeing the invincible Iron Man so thoroughly defeated and humbled is a heartbreaking image that perfectly illustrates the villain's supreme dominance.
You have my respect, Stark. When I'm done, half of humanity will still be alive. I hope they remember you. You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Taking the #1 spot is a fight that feels like the ultimate comic book splash page brought to life. In the ruined wreckage of the Avengers compound, Thanos sits waiting.
A grateful universe.
Born out of blood.
They'll never know it, because you won't be alive to tell them.
He doesn't even have the Infinity Stones yet, but he confidently takes on Iron Man, Thor and Captain America all by himself. He wields his massive double-bladed sword with terrifying speed and precision, parrying lightning strikes and repulsor blasts with ease. Even when Captain America miraculously lifts Mjolnir, Thanos still manages to overpower him and shatter his vibranium shield. It's the absolute pinnacle of villainous superiority. He single-handedly beats the heavy hitters of Earth to a pulp, proving he's the undisputed king of Marvel villains. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more pop culture content.